Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Great Bay Community College. My name is Catherine Addy, and I am the interim president here at Great Bay and proud to be here. We are going to begin today's ceremonies with the singing of the national anthem sung by our very own student, Mary LeBlanc. Please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Mary. You may be seated. Before we move on too much further, I would like to acknowledge the 2020 graduates who are here with us today. These students have patiently waited for their day to be in recognition of their hard work and dedication, and I would like for us to give them a round of applause. And it is now my honor to introduce the distinguished members of the college community represented here on the stage. Please stand when I read your name and remain standing, but audience, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Lisa McCurley, Vice President of Academic Affairs at Great Bay. Tina Favara, Vice President of Student Success and Enrollment Management. Deanna Friedman, Associate Vice President of Academic Affairs. Sharon Harris, from the Board of Trustees of the Community College System of New Hampshire. You may now applaud. At this time, I would also like to ask our academic department chairs, program coordinators, other distinguished faculty, and our many staff members who are here today to please stand so that we can recognize them as well. Thank you. You know, it is a relief to be here in person today. We were afraid for a long time that we would not be able to do this, but in that this is Great Bay's 75th anniversary, which makes it among the oldest community colleges in the United States and certainly among the oldest, if not one of the two oldest, in New Hampshire. We are very, very pleased to have everybody with us in person today. I still remember my graduation from college, as I hope you graduates will remember today, but for different reasons. When I graduated, it was 104 degrees outside, and no, that is not an exaggeration. I was in Kansas. What can I say? We were lined up alphabetically, and since my name begins with A, it was my responsibility to lead the entire College of Arts and Sciences from the lawn where we gathered into a field house about a block away. The woman marching behind me was somebody I'd never seen before, and when she was at least 10 months pregnant. I had visions of her going into labor on the walk or during the ceremony. The speaker that day was a scientist and a scholar. I'm sure he was brilliant, but I have no idea what his name was, and I have no idea what he said because I was so worried about having to help deliver a baby. I have to tell you that I am much happier to be here today, and I think this is going to be memorable for our graduates for all the right reasons. Then about 10 years after graduation, I was living in a western state in a relatively small town, working at a relatively small college. I became friends with the poet laureate of that state, who introduced me to a concept that he called found poems. They're little bits of whimsy and serendipity that delight the spirit. And the first one I remember seeing was on a grain elevator in this town, and the feed store, it said, "A feed for every need, also seed." I think you get the idea. A found poem can be anything that strikes your fancy. And ever since that discovery, I have been on the lookout the rest of the time. And that search has led me to a series of other searches for little gems that are hidden or ignored in obvious places. I call these found wisdom. For example, once I was in Salem, Massachusetts, driving by a cemetery, and there was a dirt road leading into the cemetery with a sign there that said, "One way, do not enter." That always seemed like a very good idea to me. And I've always been a tea drinker rather than a coffee person, and my favorite tea has been Salada for many years, from which much of the found wisdom that I have discovered has come. Over the years, though, I've always received, as I'm sure we do, calendars, especially at Christmas time, the little gift books, things that come from insurance companies wanting you to buy insurance or advertising. And while many of the quotations that are included are certainly forgettable, there are some gems, and I cannot let you students leave Great Bay without hearing some of these gems. For example, from my tea bags, "Anybody who rests on his laurels keeps them in the wrong place." I think this is good advice for a college graduate. It's okay to be proud of what you accomplished, but you still need to be looking ahead. How about this one? "Your one-syllable words are easier to eat." Or, "Friends come and go, but enemies accumulate." Or, "Always borrow from a pessimist. He never expects to get paid back." I like that one. Would that that were the motto of the state of New Hampshire. Now, from some calendars I've gotten, here are just a couple. "Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life," says Confucius. Or, "You cannot shake hands with a clenched fist." Thank you, Indira Gandhi. Or, "Only a fool thinks price and value are the same." Antonio Machado. Or, my favorite, "No day is so bad it can't be fixed with a nap." There are some other gems. One I do have to include: "Nothing great was ever done without much enduring." That's said by St. Catherine of Siena. Now, my name is Catherine, and I own a Siena, so I kind of like this quotation especially. Or, "To me, old age is always 15 years older than I am." So what's the point of all this? Just this: even when you are struggling, we take a moment to enjoy life's simplest things, like a corny joke, or a smile from a stranger, or a found poem on the side of a grain elevator. We are never so important that we should forget the smallest moments in our lives. Just like one night long ago, I was returning home after being caught in a thunderstorm. I was cursing the fact that my car was all wet because I had my dog inside and had left the windows open. So when I got back to the car, it smelled like wet dog, and I was wet, and I confess, a little grumpy. And then I looked up and I saw the most magnificent rainbow I have ever seen in my life, and it was a double at that. I managed to pull over into a parking lot, and found that there were a lot of other people in that parking lot. Everybody was out looking, ohing and awing, and taking pictures with their cell phones. And then suddenly I thought, this is odd. It's a spectacular rainbow, but I was so distracted by watching all the people taking pictures of it with their cell phones that I thought maybe I needed to take that picture as well. But I did not. The rainbow was magnificent. It brought me out of my grumpiness, convinced me that had I been home, I might have missed it, or had I been in too much of a hurry to get somewhere else, perhaps I would have missed it. Those are the moments I'm talking about in life. Don't overlook them, but embrace them. Don't worry about taking pictures of them. I hope that today is your rainbow, and that while the details of the day and our words will fade over time, the picture in your heart will stay with you forever. Thank you, graduates, for letting Great Bay be a part of your journey. At this time, I am pleased to announce the names of the 2021 Chancellor's Award recipients for service excellence and teaching excellence. These awards provide acknowledgement of our outstanding staff and faculty by their peers. These awards are distributed at a prior college event and we held last week. But the Chancellor's Award for Service Excellence is presented to Brittany Mulkegian and Brian Scott from our Student Life Department, who are responsible for helping today's commencement ceremonies come together so well. The Chancellor's Award for Teaching Excellence was presented to Bonnie Miller, a faculty member in the Veterinary Technology program. We are also honored to announce the recipients' names for the 2021 President's Award, Outstanding Adjunct Faculty and Outstanding Student. These awards were also distributed last week. The recipient of the President's Award for Outstanding Adjunct Faculty was nominated by a student and voted on by his peers. This award is given to an adjunct whose commitment to Great Bay serves academic integrity and student needs in the greater interest of the teaching and learning community. Award was presented to Reed Gorley, an adjunct clinical instructor in our nursing program. The President's Award for Outstanding Student is presented to a student who has demonstrated academic excellence in his or her classes and has made outstanding contributions to the college and community. This year's President's Award was presented to Ashley Atkinson, who is also in the nursing department and graduated last night. I think a round of applause is appropriate. Thank you. I am pleased to now present to you Lisa McCurley, Vice President for Academic Affairs, who will announce the recipient names for this year's Academic Department Awards. Lisa.
Thank you, Dr. Addy. Good afternoon. I am pleased to announce the following Academic Department Award for the following programs. The award winners will please stand when their name is called and remain standing. The following students are hereby recognized for outstanding achievement in their respective fields of study. Bioengineering, Ellen Blackwell. Engineering Science, Luke Benarek. English, Madeline Ramirez. Environmental Science, Amber Keeling. Fine Arts, Marika Ford. History, Brittany Wood. Hospitality Management Direct Career, Ryan Alia. Hotel, Restaurant, and Event Management, Abigail Poisson. Information Systems Technology, Zachary Yerushia. Liberal Arts, Faith Limbat. Psychology, Regan Tuff. And Technical Studies, Kimberly LaRoche and Lucas Allen. Please join me in congratulating these students. Thank you. Your awards will be sent to your homes.
Thank you, Lisa. Our student commencement speaker is expected to embody attributes that include leadership, civic and community engagement, and engage in intellectual development through the process of inquiry and discovery. A student speaker models these attributes through academic excellence and utilizes this honor to celebrate the accomplishments of their fellow students. At this time, I am honored to announce and introduce our student speaker, Regan Tuff. Regan.
Good afternoon, fellow graduates, Dr. Addy, faculty, staff, family, and friends. As you have just heard, my name is Regan Tuff, and I am honored to speak with you today. I have been asked to tell you a little bit about my journey to Great Bay and my experiences while here. I originally enrolled at Great Bay for multiple reasons. I had friends and family that had completed successful programs here, and to be honest, as a busy mother to four, it was the closest school to my house. Since enrolling at Great Bay Community College, I have been amazed at the strong sense of community, as well as the support from my fellow peers, as well as the faculty. Everyone from the campus security officers who would greet me on the way into the school, as well as the professors who designed courses that kept us engaged and busy throughout my time here. Of course, this called for many late nights, as any of my fellow graduates would know. This also called for a sacrifice from my family. I know in the end, it was worth it, not just for my own personal growth, but also for my family's future. To tell you a little bit more about myself, I'm a bit of an unconventional student. I never graduated high school. In fact, this is one of my first full graduations that I've ever done. I was almost 30 by the time I returned to even get my high school equivalency diploma. While here, Great Bay has offered me the support and the respect that I have needed to not just thrive while here, but achieve every single one of the goals that I have set forth while here. Of course, as a psych major, I came in knowing that I was going to take a lot of psychology classes. What I didn't expect was to have such amazing professors that not only were able to sit down and teach me what was in the textbooks, but each of them came in with a certain level of life experience that added so much more to the classes that I was taking. As well, during my time here, my elective courses allowed me to experience things that I had never really thought too much about. As far as my English teacher, Steve Bargdill, was able to teach me how to write narratives. My science courses gave me an opportunity to learn more about the environment as well as nutrition. These are lessons that are going to carry with me and my family for the rest of my life. It wouldn't be much of a speech if I wasn't going to mention my advisor, Dr. Amy Heward. During my time here, there were many moments of crisis to where I would send an email to Dr. Amy and be like, I am not sure what I'm going to do. My health has taken a step back. Something has happened in my family. Dr. Heward was always there to talk me off of a ledge and get me back involved in my class and be able to complete this. Honestly, I was not expecting my name to be recognized today, and I have to say, without the support of Dr. Heward and also my husband and my family, this would not have been possible. Dr. Amy, you are amazing. Thank you. Obviously, the last year has been a little bit hard for all of us. The pandemic kind of stepped in, and we were forced to go from our choice in school, whether that be to already be online or if we preferred to be in person. But every one of the professors that I had was there for me. When I transitioned to be a fully online student and a remote teacher to my own children, as well as working from home, all of my advisors were there to help support me and keep me going and achieve every single goal that I had moving forward. Leaving Great Bay Community College, I am leaving with the confidence and determination to continue to reach for my educational goals. I hope each of my fellow graduates feels the same. I am currently enrolled at Granite State, where I intend to focus on addiction services. It is my ultimate goal to work with those that suffer from addiction and substance use disorders, to be able to help them to break the cycle that many generations face. Lastly, we did hear a lot of quotes today, but I wanted to leave one for one that I think really connects with a lot of us on our difficult days. This is from Jordan P. Peterson, who states, "Allow for the possibility that you have something important to contribute to the world, and that the world would be a lesser place without that contribution." Thank you.
Nicely done, Regan. Will today's graduates please rise? President Addy, I present to you the students of the class of 2021 and attending members of the class of 2020 who have fulfilled the requirements for a degree or certificate.
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution of the State of New Hampshire and the laws of the State of New Hampshire, I have the honor to present the appropriate degree to those candidates who have met the requirements of their respective curriculum with all of the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. You may now be seated.
This is just a reminder to stay in your chairs for the remainder of the ceremony. For guests, please. Will degree and certificate candidates please come forward as your name is called?
The following is a candidate for the degree of Associate in Science in Bioengineering. Ellen Rose Blackwell. The following are candidates for the degree of Associate in Science in Engineering Science. Marissa Knowles. Brandon P. Laganier. Mary Regina LeBlanc. The following is a candidate for the degree of Associate in Arts in English. Madeline Nadine Ramirez. The following are candidates for the degree of Associate in Science in Environmental Science. Eric Gustafson. Amber Josephine Keeling. The following is a candidate for the degree of Associate in Arts in Fine Arts. Aaron McDonough. The following is a candidate for the degree of Associate in Arts in Liberal Arts Fine Arts. Marika Ford. The following is a candidate for the degree of Associate in Arts in History. Alan Landau. The following is a candidate for the Certificate in Event and Meeting Planning. Also receiving a certificate in Hotel Restaurant Management, Sarah DeWitt. The following are candidates for the Certificate in Event and Meeting Planning Management. Allison Johannett. Christy L. Savard. The following is a candidate for the Certificate in Spa and Wellness Management. Elizabeth M. Perry. The following are candidates for the degree of Associate in Science in Information Systems Technology. Jason T. Clark. James Howaniak. The following are candidates for the degree of Associate in Arts in Liberal Arts. Caitlin M. Burlard. Emma Desmaris. Connor Henry. Lauren Michaud. Regina Renee Mills. Angeline Tandiono. Zoe Valancourt. The following are candidates for the degree of Associate in Arts in Psychology. Rachel Fiesler. Maxwell J. Higginbottom. Erin Marie LeCurn. Martina Rose Marini. Reagan Tuff. The following are candidates for the degree of Associate in Science in Technical Studies. Lucas M. Allen. Also receiving certificates in Nondestructive Testing and Computer Numeric Control, Kimberly LaRoche. Benjamin M. Titus. The following are candidates for the Certificate in Welding Technologies. Cassandra Josephine Howard. Nicholas Sebastian McKee Rodeman. Carlos Noguera.
Will the graduates please rise? Move your tassel from right to left. Honored guests, family and friends, I present to you the class of 2021 and the attending members of the class of 2020. Please join me in congratulating our graduates.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I want to close this afternoon's ceremony with a blessing adapted from the Talmud. Graduates, may you live to see your world fulfilled. May your destiny be for things still to come. And may you trust in generations past and those yet to be. May your heart be filled with intuition and your words filled with insight. And may songs of peace ever be upon your tongue and your vision be on a straight path before you. Congratulations.